Hello everyone and welcome to this lesson. Today we're going to be looking at how we order whole numbers. Now this lesson is going to see the return of our friend the place value table. If you're not aware, we used that in the last lesson to figure out how we name certain numbers using words. But in this lesson it's going to help us put whole numbers in ascending or descending order. Just as a side note, ascending means getting bigger and descending means getting smaller. So we'll look at a quick example of how we use our place value table to put numbers in order. I've got a few example numbers on the screen and we can put them into the place value table just like this. If you're not sure how I've done this, then all you need to do is watch the lesson called Writing Whole Numbers as Words. In that lesson we talk about how we take numbers and put them into this table. Now there's a simple rule that we can use to find the largest and the smallest numbers from this column. Basically we say that the number with the highest entry in the leftmost column is the largest number. And this makes sense if you think about it. Something with even a small number in the millions column is going to be much greater than something with a really big number in the thousands column. Anyway, so let's start putting these numbers in order. We'll start with putting them in descending order. Now this means that we need to pick the largest value first and then gradually decrease until we get to the smallest value. And we can use our rule, so we're going to look for the highest entry in the leftmost column, and we can see here that we've got a 1 in this millions column. The millions column is empty for all the other numbers, so we know that this is the biggest number, 1 million. So we can write that at the top here. Then if we ignore this 1 million value and move down to the thousands column, we can see that the largest entry in this column is this number here, 263,780. So we'll write that down next. Then the next greatest number in the thousands column is this 100 here, 100,467. So we'll add that to our descending order list. And then last of all, we're left with this number with only a 10 in the thousands column, 10,546. Okay, so now we've managed to write these numbers in descending order, and we can think about how do we write these in ascending order. Now what we could do is go through this whole process again, but instead of finding the greatest number, we could find the smallest number and then gradually pick the larger and larger numbers until we get to the greatest number. But an easy trick we can use is, because we've already found them in descending order, we can just completely rearrange this, flip it upside down, and that will be in ascending order. So instead of having a million at the start, we're going to have it at the end. Then put the 263,780 above this 1 million, then the 100,467, and then in the first spot up here we're going to have our 10,546. So you can see that using this place value table, it's actually a lot easier to put things in descending order because we can use this really simple rule. But if you get asked to put things in ascending order, then what I'd recommend doing is just writing them in descending order and then flipping your list upside down. Okay, so I hope this lesson was helpful and that you've learned something about writing lists of numbers in ascending or descending order. What I'd really recommend doing now is going and trying out all the exercises and questions on this website just to make sure you've really got the hang of this technique. But aside from that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson.